Okay. So yeah, let's take some grounding breaths. You can either find your feet on the floor or feel your bottom on the floor and just start to notice the points of contact that your body has with the floor. And take some deep breaths. And let us find our own personal intention for being here today and for practicing today. Allow it to arise. And then let us find a group intention for practicing for the benefit of all beings. Opening our heart to this intention of generating bodhicitta, which is wishing all beings well. And I'll read to us the refuge and bodhicitta prayer. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, until enlightened, I seek refuge. Through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all, may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. We'll start with the Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om. Now we can come back to each other with this renewed intention. Notice how you're maybe finding differently or the same the people on this screen or in your room, the four-legged creatures, the friends across from me, the trees. Once we have cultivated this intention for the benefit of all. I'm wondering if anybody wanted to share their own personal intentions for being here today.
I wanted to be grounded in my body and see your face and um, practice being present.
Thanks, Ruby.
And I want to say that I'm thrilled that we're seeing some movement towards peace in the world in the Middle East today. And then I've been dipping in and out of the news, watching it, but not getting too much to live in the, what is that expression, live in the world but not of it, or whatever that expression
Mm.
is.
Uh-huh.
Um, but to really be able to give my joy to that, but also to be prayerful the for the need for sustained peace to continue and for the healing process to happen that needs to happen.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Heidi. That's what I'm looking for tonight. And most every day is peace within, peace without, peace in the world. It's rather chaotic. And it's nice to be here and find this space to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And find spaces to generate peace too. I really do think that us getting together and meditating together is generating peace in the world and, hopefully adding to good causes.
I like to think too that inner peace is the way towards world peace. So meditating here is also adding to that world peace too.
Totally. Um, Claire, Barry, did you want to share your intentions today? I'll share mine. My intention is really enjoying every moment today and appreciating it all. Barry.
Yes, my intention is to ground myself going into this next week.
Hmm. Good. Did you guys hear Barry? He ground himself going into this next week. Poopy.
Not fair.
Hi.
Um, my intention is to let the light in.
Mm,
Mm.
wonderful. Perfect. So I came up with Tenzin asked me to lead this for full transparency last night. So I'm not the most prepared I've ever been, but I feel very grounded and happy today, so I feel like I'm in a great heart space. Um, I wanted to do today's main moment on the theme of refuge. Um, which is very clearly stated. I mean, we already said it in our refuge prayer that Buddhists take refuge in Buddha, the Dharma, which is his teachings, and the Sangha, which is the community of awakened, realized practitioners. Like we're doing right now. We are a little Sangha. And I also just think that refuge is coming up a lot for me recently. I feel like I, with all the turmoil and crazy stuff happening on our world right now, and always, but really right now, I'm finding myself wanting to seek places where I feel safe and where I feel sheltered, or seek people or experiences or physical places, and really finding that it's never really completely lasting. Um, and coming back to refuge is already within us through just being present to what is and knowing that there is this always this stream of love and peace within us that we can come back to generate more of. And I think that when we can focus on this nature that's already within us, it maybe can amplify that a little bit for ourselves so it feels more like a refuge. And I guess I was curious what you guys feel like you take refuge in and what, yeah, if those are lasting or not, or what works for you. And yeah, that will be the start of our discussion. I think, well, I'll start. I think that I sometimes take refuge in distraction, and it's really not a lasting good thing at all. I think it just kind of further pushes whatever I'm running from to the next time that I feel it more. And I really am interested in trying to cultivate a mindset for myself where I can take refuge in myself and my own inner goodness and light when I'm feeling really hard that emotions or anxiety or fear or worry. I've been worrying a lot recently. And one time in Maine moment, I was looking back at my notes. Tenzin said, "There is no emotion that's big enough to hurt you." And oftentimes, if I text Tenzin when I'm anxious or worried, she really just invites me to invite the emotion in and say, "You can come take a walk with me. You can come experience my life today with me. And I don't need you to be a forever companion, but today you can, like, oh, today, fear, you can come take a walk with me. And I'll take you in and I love you." So that's what I've been trying to be more mindful about, where I take refuge in and what is actually lasting.
That resonates with me. The distraction piece definitely is true. It's very easy in this, for me at least, to just keep moving and whether it be on moving from one thing to the next or project to project, task to task, like making lists to cross things off. I seek refuge in that, like productivity, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And that is also not lasting. But something that is lasting is being outside anytime. Shout out nature.
Shout out nature.
Um, and often talking to my parents, um, and being held by my family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I really believe that nature is a huge teacher and wisdom holder for me personally, and I know a lot of people in this room and in this room as well. Um, and I do believe that nature is a lasting thing to take refuge in, very much so. And hopefully we can put out some good energy, some good grateful energy tonight to nature.
I feed the birds and the squirrelies out my window and go out to a farm locally so that I can spend as much time as I can giving in that way and having that nature, not just not just taking refuge and I'm in that space, but like me being able to give back
Mm-hmm.
and being able to love on the little animals that are out there and the creatures that are out in birds out in the world.
Yeah, I think also gratitude is a huge form of love. And I do believe that the nature feels it when we're grateful.
When you asked that question, Abby, my immediate response was, I take refuge in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
It is my happy place. It is a beautiful place. And in our area last year, much of the forest was devastated by the Hurricane Helene.
Oh,
It's been really hard to see trees, giant trees, mown down and lying down, and they're just really devastated. But today, I drove through some of those areas, and so many things are coming to life that would never have come to life
Mm-hmm.
had not that happened. So nature can restore itself. I think there's a message in that for us. We can restore ourselves, and nature and forests, especially for me, are always present. The trick is to find it when you're in a hard space in your life to go, oh yeah, the forest is within me. The forest, I can find it, not just necessarily be there physically as well.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Mm.
Oh, Barry.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I take refuge a lot in poetry because I feel like it allows me to like see nature more deeply. I feel like words are something that, like it's like feels like a translation into the world of nature in some ways. So I'm trying to take refuge more in reading and then pausing and just being in the natural world, that kind of thing.
Hmm. Thank you, Barry.
I um I definitely struggle with focusing on this and take refuge in a lot of places that aren't lasting. But when I think about spaces or relationships where that sense of refuge carries on, I the word that comes to mind for me is reciprocity.
Hmm.
mm,
And yeah, that's just center in my mind right now. And certainly with nature and the land, um, reciprocity feels so central to my relationship with it, or how I would like it to look. And maybe thinking about how I can give some gifts back in ways. But also in relationships with dear friends and family. Um, yeah, I'm just thinking about that right now.
Have you thought of any gifts?
No. I'll bring them up if they come up right now.
Good, good. Thank you.
Can I can I also add
Yes.
that I take refuge in creating poetry also, and in art and dancing and music. And that's beautiful. And just being able to connect with the rhythms and to my heart and moving my body in a way that's responsive to that music,
Yes.
and gratitude to the musicians to which I am dancing.
Yep. We have major dancers and musicians on this call right now. Everyone plays a huge role. And I think dance is one of the things that will be saving me throughout my whole life. I really agree with you, Heidi. Recently,
Big hugs.
big hugs, totally. My favorite yoga teacher always says more skin time, less screen time. And I really wonder
Mm.
what it would be like if in the world everyone spent more time in a loving embrace than on their screen.
Mm.
Yeah. And um yeah, I think sorry, just to go on a tiny tangent about dance. I was just a few months ago, I did a summer dance intensive at this dance company that's all women of color. And they do a lot of dances of resistance and prayer, and it's heavily influenced by classical Indian dance, but then also really just dances from around the world. Very grounded movement, lots of barefoot and stomping and dramatic poses and prayer postures. And one thing that we did that really, really very much struck me and has impacted me a lot since then is we took 2 hours every single day of this week in the morning to find this collective rhythmic embodiment. And there was no talking, and we would all just be doing the same thing rhythmically. And it was like a river. We would like start in one and in one gesture with some footwork, and then it would morph into something else, and we would all follow that one by one, and it would just do that for 2 hours. And I mean, it was very much a meditation for me. And once we got into that headspace, then a lot of times we would be doing some journaling. And one day we were journaling prayers and wishes for the world. And we cut them out onto little slips of paper. And then we would read them for the group. We were all in a huge circle, and there was all these musicians going. It was gorgeous. And someone would speak their wish aloud, and then a few people, sometimes one, sometimes the whole group, would go into the center of the room and dance that wish alive. Like dance how that would look like and feel like if, for example, all the water in the rivers was clean. We went and we danced that. And someone who was, she was Palestinian, went up and she said, Palestine is free. And then we all went into the circle and we danced like what that would feel like. And it to me was so, so striking because it felt like a prayer that was embodied, like a living, breathing, moving prayer. And I think that people in this time are so stagnant with fear and worry and control that they have lost our innate human capacity to create, to be creative and create dreams and imagine a future that we would want to be living in and imagine a world that is full of our wildest dreams and our wondrous, beautiful human relationships and nature relationships. And that's, kind of off the point of Buddhism in a way, but not also. But it really, really struck me to do that. So now we have about 20 minutes left. And I think it would be nice if we could do a little meditation. I have a video to play that's about 5 minutes long that might kind of get us in a nice mood for meditating. And it is from Samaneri Jayasara, who we have listened to a lot here. She's this Australian nun that Tenzin introduced me to. And let me just figure out how to screen share again. Okay. You guys are seeing that? So this
Yes.
this is the silence beyond thoughts, and I think it's a wonderful sentiment to really help us see how there's so much refuge in our own mind already, without us even having to do anything other than pay attention to what is beyond all of our thoughts and worries and fears and so just I would invite you to find a comfortable position, totally okay to lie down, where you feel like you can hold the position for about 15 minutes. And let's start by just grounding back into our breaths again. Breath is something that is always with us. If it's not with us, then we are dead. So we can always come back to our breath. Finding deep gratitude that you are breathing right now, for the quality of your deep breaths. We have so much to be grateful for. And I'll play the video, and afterwards we'll go into an 8-minute meditation.
When you reach the place beyond thoughts, the only thing you'll find is love. And the only purpose of life becomes to ease the suffering of others. Abandon all effort. Find the silence beyond thoughts. Then simply remain. The rest happens naturally. And the body will dissolve into light. That's the way it is. Abandon all effort. Find the silence beyond thoughts. Then simply remain. The rest happens naturally. And the body will dissolve into light.
Allow the teachings to fall upon you gently in your contemplative state. And see if you can get a sense for the being who is watching all of your thoughts, the still being. The peaceful being. The love. Rest in the stillness. Rest in the refuge. May we dedicate this practice to benefit all sentient beings. Hmm. Hope everyone has a lovely week. Thank you for practicing with me and my friends tonight. Being in this community really is a refuge for me and has been for this whole past year. And I feel really grateful.
Beautiful. I feel blessed to have you.
Thank you, Heidi. I feel blessed to know you.
I feel blessed to join tonight, and I hope to do so more often in the fall.
Love you, Rubes.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.